Ralph de Stafford, 2nd Baron Stafford, 1st Earl of Stafford, KG, was an English nobleman and notable soldier during the 100 Years' War against France. Early life and family. Ralph was born on the 24th of September 1301, the son of Edmund A. Stafford, 1st Baron Stafford, and Margaret Bassett. Having lost his father at the age of 7, Ralph grew up in the Midlands with his mother's relatives, including her second husband Thomas Pye. He had his first experience of royal service, along with his brothers and stepfather, when he joined the retinue of Ralph, 2nd Lord Bassett. Career. Stafford was made a Knight Banneret in 1327 and was fighting the Scots shortly afterwards. He supported the plot to free Edward III of England from the control of Roger Mortimer, which earned the king's gratitude. By the summer of 1332, he was a commissioner of the peace in Staffordshire and had served abroad on royal business, accompanying Hugh de Audley, 1st Earl of Gloucester. He was also still fighting the Scots, commanding archers at the Battle of Duplin Moor on the 11th of August 1332 and on 3 further Scottish campaigns. He was first summoned to Parliament by writ as Lord Stafford on the 29th of November 1336 and continued to attend until 1350. His military career continued, accompanying King Edward to France in 1338 as an advisor and being present at the naval battle of Surrey on the 24th of June 1340. He also fought at the relief of Brest and the siege of Morlaix. He was captured at Vannes but was exchanged in time to negotiate a truce at Malestroit. On the 6th of January 1341, he was made steward of the royal household but resigned that post on the 29th of March 1345, having assumed the office of Seneschal of Aquitaine, an English possession in France, where he stayed for about a year. Further battles included the Battle of Aubroche, the siege of Aiguillon, from where he escaped prior to its lifting, a raid on Barfleur, and the English victory at the Battle of Crécy, on the 26th of August 1346. He became one of the 26 founding members and the 5th Knight of the Order of the Garter in 1348. In November 1347, his wife's father died. They were able to take possession of his estates without paying the king's homage, an indication of the relationship between them. Ralph was now a very wealthy man, from his estates and from the many prizes from the French War. Edward III created a number of new peerage titles to honor his war captains and to mark his Jubilee year. Ralph was created the 1st Earl of Stafford on the 5th of March 1350, with an annuity of 1,000 marks. He now replaced Henry of Grosmont, 1st Duke of Lancaster, as the king's lieutenant in Gascony. He committed to serve with 200 men at his expense, with the expectation of this being doubled in March 1353 at the king's expense. The campaigns provided several captives that were ransomed, but were ultimately unsuccessful, leading to the appointment of Edward, Prince of Wales, to command. Even at the age of 60, Stafford continued to command troops and act as a royal envoy, both in France and in Ireland in 1361, accompanying Lionel of Antwerp to try and restore English control. Marriages and children. Around 1326, Stafford married his first wife, Catherine Hastang. Catherine was the daughter of Sir John de Hastang, Knight of Chebsey, Staffordshire. Ralph and Catherine had 2 daughters. Margaret married Sir John of Bramshall de Stafford, Knight. Joan married Sir Nicholas de Baker, Knight. He later sensationally abducted Margaret de Audley, 2nd Baroness Audley, daughter of Hugh de Audley, 1st Earl of Gloucester, and Margaret de Clare. who was worth at least £2,314 a year, more than 10 times his own estates. Her parents filed a complaint with King Edward III of England, but the king supported Stafford's actions. In compensation, the king appeased Hugh and Margaret by creating Hugh the first Earl of Gloucester. Margaret Audley and Stafford married before the 6th of July 1336, and they subsequently had 2 sons and 4 daughters. Ralph de Stafford married Maud of Lancaster, daughter of Henry of Grosmont, 1st Duke of Lancaster, and Isabel de Beaumont in 1344. Hugh de Stafford, 2nd Earl of Stafford, born circa 1336 in Staffordshire, England, married Philippa de Beachy. They were the ancestors of the Dukes of Buckingham. Elizabeth de Stafford, born circa 1340 in Staffordshire, England, died the 7th of August 1376, married firstly Fulk Lestrange, married secondly John de Ferrers, 3rd Baron Ferrers of Chartley, married thirdly Reginald de Cobham, 2nd Baron Cobham. Beatrice de Stafford, born circa 1341 in Staffordshire, England, died 1415, married firstly in 1350 Maurice Fitzgerald, 2nd Earl of Desmond, married secondly Thomas de Ros, 4th Baron de Ros of Helmsley, married thirdly Sir Richard Burley, KNT. Joan de Stafford, born in 1344 in Staffordshire, England, died 1397, married firstly John Charlton, 3rd Baron Churleton, married secondly Gilbert Talbot, 3rd Baron Talbot. Catherine de Stafford, born circa 1348 in Staffordshire, England, and died in December 1361. On the 25th of December 1357, she married Sir John de Sutton III, Knight, Master of Dudley Castle, Staffordshire. They were parents of Sir John de Sutton IV, hence grandparents of Sir John de Sutton v. He died on the 31st of August 1372 at Tunbridge Castle, Kent, England. He was buried at Tunbridge Priory, next to his second wife and her parents. Ancestry.